Hey everybody, I want to talk just for a few minutes about how our mind can be one of our greatest assets. And one of the things that you might not know is there is something in our brain called the reticular activating system. This part of our mind acts as a filter because there's so much coming at us every moment. It is impossible for us to process everything. So the reticular activating system filters out things that don't match our beliefs and shoves them to the side so they never get processed. And the things that validate or reaffirm to us what we already believe, it allows in. And so one experiment that I did with my team was that I told them to pick feathers, blue glass, or roses. Now this experiment comes from Dana Wilde, who wrote Train Your Brain, and I highly recommend that book. But anyway, I told them for 2 to 3 days that they should tell themselves in the morning or whenever they had some downtime or they realized that they weren't really thinking about anything at all, that they should tell themselves that they see the particular object they chose everywhere. So when I did it, I chose roses, and so I would tell myself, man, it's so crazy. I'm seeing roses everywhere, and you know, it seems like everywhere I look, there's a rose. It's just kind of strange, but, you know, ever since I started this experiment, I'm seeing them everywhere. So I said this to myself, and my team did it too with different objects, but over the course of the 2 or 3 days, we all noticed that we were literally seeing them everywhere. I mean, everywhere I turned, I was seeing roses, whether it be on my news feed or in a book I was reading, or I'd hear someone say the word rose, or I'd talk to someone whose name was Rose. Anyway, I was just seeing roses everywhere. And that is an example of how our reticular activating system works to our benefit. I had the belief that I was seeing things everywhere, or seeing roses everywhere, and my reticular activating system went to work filtering the information coming in and matching up the information that matched that belief. So when I came across a rose, my mind would filter everything out and I would see the rose, and it would reaffirm to me my belief that they were everywhere. So how do we know what we believe? Well, it's everything that we're talking about and thinking about. That's how we know what we believe. And a lot of times you might hear yourself saying things that are negative. Business related examples might be, man, no one likes these, no one seems to be buying these books at this booth. This booth is such a flop. Man, I wish I was home right now. This is so stinky. Like, I wish people would buy these books. What a lame, thing. I put out all this money and no one's buying these books. So that belief is evident to me by what I'm thinking in my mind. And when they're negative beliefs, our mind goes to work to process the information coming in and only allowing in those things that reaffirm those things that we're telling ourselves. So how do we change the beliefs that we have? If we can tell that we're starting to realize that we have some beliefs that we don't want to continue to believe that are hindering our business, how do we change that? The biggest thing that we need to do is come up with different words to say and to think, right? Because that's what creates our beliefs, is what we're thinking about and what we're talking about. This is where positive affirmations, mantras, telling a new story really come in handy, because when you catch yourself thinking something negative, and if you have a mantra or positive affirmation at your fingertips, then you can stop yourself right then and there and restate things as if they have already happened in a positive way. Examples might be, life is bringing me everything I need and more. I am deeply grateful for all the abundance in my life. Some ones that are business related might be, each day I see progress. At every turn, opportunity appears before me. Each day I'm having little successes which move my business forward. So you can choose whatever mantra you'd like, and you're team leader or Uzzy Buddy who's familiar with this material can help you figure out a good one for you. But what these do for you is they help you replace those thoughts that are hindering your progress with words that will create a better feeling for you and therefore will help you show up as a different person for people. A person that people want to be around, because no one wants to be around someone that's frustrated or fearful that they're not going to make it, or people aren't going to want to join your team if they sense that you have anything, any negative vibes going on. So another technique that really has helped me and comes again from Dana Wilde's book, Train Your Brain, is the ability to tell a new story. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples that she gives in some of her material. And forgive me, I'm going to read from the paper, so I won't be looking at you. This is an example of an old story. Let me turn the page back, sorry. So it says, if you just work the numbers, this is the old story, if you just work the numbers, you will hit certain levels. You have to have X number of people at this level on your team in order to be successful. Well, what if I don't want to believe that? What if I don't want that to be true? Well, I want to tell a new story. So this is a potential new story, you could say. I know watching my numbers can sometimes be useful, but I'm always amazed at how many times people defy all the odds. We're doing amazing totals even though we have a small team. In the past, I thought I had to elevate a certain number of people in order to elevate myself, but now I realize there are many ways to attain a goal. Ever since I stopped being so focused on the numbers, my people are elevating. Ever since I stopped being so focused on the numbers, I started hitting higher levels. So that's one example. Another example is, this is an old story that could be something that you might have said to yourself. I haven't had much success in my business, even though I've been with the company for a long time. Why would anyone want to sign up with me or be led by me? This is a potential new story. While it may be true that I've been in the business a long time, I'm a different person now than I was for most of those years. I actually had real reasons why I wasn't working my business like I should be, but now I'm committed. I know that people sign up for their own reasons. They don't sign up because of my success or lack of success. They have their own vision for success and for what they have the potential to do with this business opportunity. I love that I've grown into the new person I've become, and I can see how my years of feeling less than committed is actually an asset. I'm so happy I understand how to keep my emotions in alignment with my dreams now and love feeling motivated about my business. I have a lot to teach people about what not to do, about mindset, and about how to be successful in this business. I'm so happy I'm taking the business seriously now. So telling a new story helps you move yourself from a negative spot to a more positive spot in your emotional scale. And again, when you're in a positive place, you are going to see things happen. You're going to see positive things take place. And even if you can only get into a hopeful spot, even if you're feeling like, gosh, I hope that one day I can figure out how to make this work, or I'm hopeful that if I keep at it, I'll start to see progress. Those statements of feeling hope are better than any kind of feeling that will bring you down and tear down what you're trying to accomplish. So I hope that helps. It's just a little bit of a taste for the material in Train Your Brain. If you haven't gotten the book, you absolutely should get it. And Dana Wilde, gives you specific things, aside from what I've mentioned, that will help you find the right language for yourself, that resonates with you, that makes you excited, that gives you just a lot of excitement for what you're about to try and go do. So I would recommend that, and hopefully this helped you see that what we are telling ourselves really impacts what we are seeing around us, and that our brain really acts as the filter and brings into our awareness the things that we believe, that reaffirm what we believe. So we want to believe good things. We want to change negative beliefs into positive beliefs. And good luck in pursuing that. I know that we can do it. I've had progress with it, and it's a daily thing that I work on, and probably a lifelong process that we'll all be working on. But it gets easier and easier, and you get better and better at it the more you practice. So, all right, talk to you later.